Okay, this video is for my Cricut users. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks to help you to upload your SVG to your mat as well as to modify it. So first we're going to click on New Project from the Cricut app. It takes you to basically a blank canvas. You will go down over here on the left hand side to the Upload option and we're going to click Upload Image. This is where you're going to go find the file that you saved from Sparkleberry ink or your Dropbox folder, so somewhere on your computer. And mine is in Project 3 and 4, you can see right here. I'm going to click on Mightier Than the Waves SVG because that is the file that is compatible with Cricut. Then we'll choose it, and then it will upload it to our Cricut library. It's now in my Cricut library. I'm going to click on it and then press over here on the bottom right hand side, see my arrow, insert images. And there it is. To resize it, you can simply select this arrow and you can make it whatever size you'd like. You can note the size right here. On the bottom it says 7.132. On the right hand side it means it's 5.438 inches tall. And I'm going to make mine about 9 inches. Now remember, keep in mind that this is measuring the entire design. So you may want to wait to do this in a moment once it's all grouped. Now I'm going to show you how to ungroup it and then regroup it. So I'm going to click off of that Select All tool. And now you can see over here we have all of the pieces, okay? It's still grouped. We're going to make sure it's Select All, right click, and click Ungroup. It will now take every piece and ungroup it, and they're all in individual pieces, which means it's still not finished because you don't want all of those little pieces. When it sends it to the Cricut mat, it's going to try to save space on your mat and it will cram them all together. I'll show you what it looks like really quick. So it will sort it by color, but you can see how my anchor is all separated. We don't like that. We're going to cancel that. It will make problems for us later whenever we're trying to piece it together. So there's an easier way. So if you scroll over here on the right hand side, you can see how they're all in different pieces. I'm going to start with, I want to, in the end, to make sure that I group. Right now I'm grouping the scripture, just the scripture. So I'm going to deselect each of these blue pieces because there are fewer of them. So you see how they're disappearing as I'm deselecting them. They're going away. I'm saying I don't want to look at those right now. They're not erasing or anything like that. We can always go back and redo that in a moment. Okay, so you can see my anchor has completely disappeared. I'm now going to go over here and select just my scripture. Okay, I'm going to click my right click and I want to group it. Okay, so even though we've grouped it, it's still going to send it to the mat in little bitty pieces. So let's select it again, select your group, right click, and click Attach. So now when we send it to the mat, it's going to put all of the options that are pink. It's going to send it in a nice organized way. I'm still not ready, so I'm going to cancel this. Okay, now I'm going to make this go away, and by clicking over here, see my little eyeball? I'm going to make that go away just by clicking on group. Okay, scroll down to the bottom and find your anchor again, and we're going to deselect every one of these little eyeballs so that we can see our entire anchor. Okay, so that's the entire anchor. Now I want to do the same thing with my anchor. I'm going to select it, right click. I'm going to group it because I don't want it to be in individual pieces, and then I'm going to right click and attach it as well. Okay, you can see when we go to the mat, it will now be all together. I'm going to cancel this again. Now let's go back up to our group of our scripture, and we're going to, I want to see that now. There's no reason to not see it, so we're going to see it. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is this right here. If you did not want your little anchor the same color as your scripture, you're going to simply change the color. To do that, I'm going to select it, find it on my menu on the right-hand side, and I want to click on the little color, and I'm going to make it purple because I may not want to cut it right now because this is just an optional pocket piece I put in there, or you want to may make it the same color as your anchor. And if you do, there's an easy way to do that. You go over here to Color Sync, and you can just simply drag that anchor up to the blue. And then it will then put it into the blue mat. And you can see now it's with the other anchor. And then lastly, if you're wanting to resize these separately, you can do that now. So you can just make sure if you're going to resize your anchor, you want to resize your scripture as well. So select them all. And then you'll use this little arrow down here to size it the way you want to. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more educational videos for Sparkleberry, as well as many other things that you might want to see on Sparkleberry, and this is going to look great in Sparkleberry vinyl. So that's sparkleberryink.com. Thank you guys so much.